morning, boys and girls, or afternoon, whenever you're watching it. Here's Mrs. Nort going to show you how to make a paper towel tie-dye. Now, you can use food coloring like I have. You could use water paints. You could have, if you have temper paints and you want to water them down, they have to be very, very liquidy, not too thick, and very simple. I happen to be using some Christmas string, and you take your paper towel and you roll it up and you give it a little tie so that it stays. I'm not even going to tie it as a knot. I'm just going to give it a little wrap there. Now, I have food coloring, so I have these little cups. Just so happen to have some in the house. So I'm going to put a little water in each one. Green. And another one for yellow. Now, I'm going to take my food coloring. Let me put a couple of drops in there. Green. Blue. And a little red. There should be plenty in there to give us some color. Maybe I'll take my handy dandy paintbrush, give it a little stir. And you can test it out. Maybe I might have to add a little more color. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to take the lighter colors first. And I'm going to, you can use an eyedropper. You can use a cotton ball and squeeze it on. You can use a paintbrush. And you're just going to dab, or maybe even like sprinkle the colors all over your paper towel. That's nice and bright yellow. I'll roll it over, give it some more color. Maybe I'll even sprinkle it this way. What do you think? Use the end on that. Yeah, let that roll around in there. Okay, next, I'm gonna use my green. Maybe I'll rinse it off. We'll do the same thing. Give it a little color here. You could dip it if you want, but my cups are not that, and I like to be a little more fancy here than just dipping the whole thing. Let's just see what happens here. Because with the watercolors being that light, they start to like spread out. So now I'm going to sprinkle first like this, and then I'm just going to get a little more. I'll put a little here, put a little there. Okay, let's go to blue. And I'll throw some blues where there's white spots. What do you think? Maybe add a little, if I put on the yellow and green, yellow and blue. What am I talking about? Can make more green. So I don't want to make too much green because I want some blue in there. So I'm going to go to where the white spots are. And I'm going to add some of the blue. Maybe give it a sprinkle again. Ooh, it's starting to get really wet. Now for the last color, here we go. Some reds. Let's throw some reds on there. Oh, it's not rolling anymore. It looks nice and flat. I think I like this. This is kind of fun. Now I'm going to put a little red here. So if I add a little yellow to that red, do you know what color you get then? All right. So now you need to dry it, and your tie-dye, it sits for a little bit. It's spreading. I'm watching it. The colors are blending. I'm going to take my string off. Now, by the way, I have on my table here some parchment paper. You can use wax paper or something that you really have no problem having food color on. But here I had some parchment paper because I do love to make my cookies and stuff. So I'm going to take the string off. And I'm going to unroll and see what I have. Look at that. It is so cool. Now I'm going to put my paper towel on the parchment paper. And I'm going to let it dry. I could frame it. I could cut it into stars. I could do a whole bunch of stuff with it. But right now, I'm letting it dry. I hope you have fun doing yours if you choose to do so. And I'll see you later on Teams. Bye.